EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Bulls and the Lions, and it's coming up next.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Detroit Lions. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Bridgewater. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Good game catch ball in the backfield a week ago. They're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading remember the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only long.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you give those linebackers a freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
A nice throw there for the 1st down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know He's watched this game since he was, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's going from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
1st and goal at the 1.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Odafe Oweh.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. To try again after the sack. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Will they make up for it?
7 yards, the pickup there.
On play action, they'll throw. Touchdown! It's complete.
Henry runs.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. A gain of 3, second down.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
First down, Bridgewater. This to Jarwin. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
21-yard line. They'll throw again, Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they rattle off a big one.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 9 now.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bulls have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So, well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Come on, man. Let's go.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And quickly, they get to the line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Bulls take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now...
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bulls are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Bridgewater.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. They'll look to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in for the touchdown.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
Here's Bridgewater.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here we go, D.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Let's take it inside his own 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Bulls. That's the end.
Back now at Ford Field. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
Touchdown!
Kene Nwangu
With touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Bulls add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I'm coming after you.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
Bridgewater. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And the Brooklyn first down.
They go play action here on first down. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bulls are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But
they're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Bridgewater. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
37 yards on the punt with no return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QB is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? And rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and now it's second down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Bridgewater now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Bridgewater.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them.